destiny keep being shaped day after day as we keep these relationships. So it's important that we analyze our relationship at our teenage, early adulthood, and look at the benefit of this relationship. And most importantly, look how am I contributing to the failure or to the success of this relationship? Because remember, man lives by man. We all want to be loved. We all deserve to be loved. We all deserve quality relationship, ones that will hold our hands so we can express and experience the fullness of the gift of life. Okay. If you've stayed with me this far, I think we will now analyze one of the most important destiny relationship, which is the relationship between a husband and a wife. Remember, if we are to go back in time, we started analyzing our relationship as childhood, our parents, our teenagehood, early adulthood, our boyfriend, girlfriends. For some, this relationship metamorphosed into marriage. Some transition into being husband and wife. Some transition into being parents. But now let's take a closer lens in analyzing the husband to wife relationship. As young people, what guides us to transition successfully as boyfriend and girlfriend into husband and wife? Marriage is a very complex subject. And when we surf through the internet, everyone has their opinion. Oh, marriage is like that. Oh, don't marry the person like this. Oh, marry this person that comes like that. Marry it at this age. Oh, don't marry it at this age. Finance. Oh, so people have random opinions about the subject of marriage. I have a common saying that marriage can not be taught. Marriage can only be experienced. No matter how much we read and learn about marriage, and we feel equipped, it can only be experienced. Why? Because two marriages are never the same. Within marriage, the same people. So our approach towards that will not be the same. But what are the guidelines that can enable us analyze our current relationship and ask ourselves, can this relationship navigate us into marriage? And if we are to marry, how will our marriage relationship look like? Because boyfriend-girlfriend is completely different from marriage. You can be a young man and you never knew you raised your hand on a lady until that day comes. A lady will say, oh no, I don't nag, I don't like nagging women. You will never know you can nag until you are in that marriage where the man pours down the gates of hell on you. So marriage is a destiny relationship. It's not something we wake up in the morning and just say, whoa, Sam loved me, or I cannot live without him, and the next thing we are getting married. It's not a decision we make at a point of, over a dinner table. It's not a relationship we make based on influence from families and friends. It's not, I listen one lady told me, when I just see them, I see that girl inside wedding guy just develop bombs. No, we don't enter into such relationship through bombs, because that bombs will disappear and we begin to face the reality. Young people, those we stick to, those we enter into matrimony with, has everything to do with our destiny. Don't be that young woman who had a blazing fire for God. You loved business. You wanted to run a charity home. You loved being with the underprivileged. And then you yoke with a man who always, the way he sees money is money. Oh, you're wasting money on this. No, before you give this family member money, make sure I know. But this is a young woman where the family had invested so much into. So married relationship is a destiny relationship. We can be very successful as young people and keep a very healthy home. Let's not forget that the quality of our home determines the quality of our life. I see a lot of us young people today, we get pregnant, and the next thing we've carried and given back to some of our parents, grandmothers. They raise these children. The question is, what are the values we want to model into these children? What are the sets of do's and the do nots that we want to see these children grow into. Some of us want to parent children where we readjust some errors that we made while growing up. Marriage relationship is a relationship that we come to a place of conviction. Why? Because in the reality of it, things go sour. Things might go sour. Things would go sour. What keeps us glued to the vows and the promises we made is that place of conviction. What if we yoke together and children are a difficulties to come forth? What when the in-laws and other family members start mounting pressures? What about our spouse develop, terminal diseases that we need to survive through that union? What about the loss of job, where we can't have the financial capacity to support that family? What about when one travels? We yoke together, we were young, nice, and now the nature of work has to take another person. Have we built the capacity to navigate through and sustain that union? Some of us are coming from broken homes and we are broken. We don't heal from that. We carry our brokenness, we yoke with another person, and we make life become a living hell. A union that was supposed to be characterized by sweetness become characterized by endurance. True, marriage needs to have an element of endurance. But when it becomes all about the survival of that union, only endurance, we lose ourselves. We lose our self-esteem. We lose the bigger picture of life. We go through life in quiet desperation. Why? Because we have made a destiny decision in a way that didn't suit our destinies. We marry people on faithfulness. How do we live in forgiveness when we know that our pillows get soaked and wet, because of our day-to-day reality? So looking at our relationship, for those who are married, for those who are looking to get married, we need to understand that what sustains is the quality of knowledge that we have. See, it is not doubt anymore again for us, the young Africans, looking at our immediate environment. We are in an era where breaking up, divorcing, living seems like the norm. Oh, I beg, I no fit take that thing again. Oh. And she passes and she goes. What kind of a nagging woman is this? Talk. I beg, I will leave with the house. Bam, he goes. He starts finding pleasures with another lady, thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. But we forget to know that the grass is only greener where we water it. It is very important for us to view our marriage relationship as a destiny relationship. Why? Because it shapes who we become. It shapes our degree of impact to the world. It shapes the children as seeds that we bring into this world to raise them for global impact. Sometimes we read and hear all kinds of things about people being in marriage, and we don't even have the desire, we don't have the longingness, the anticipation, the sweetness of wanting to yoke through holy matrimony with another young person. Why? Because we feel like the society has given us standards to live by. My dear young people, look, it's a wake-up call, because there are destiny relationships that we must look into our lives. Now, we'll assess another form of relationship, mentors to mentees. As long as we came and met people in this world, there are people who have gone before us. So it is expedient for us as young African people to be able to identify people that have gone ahead of us in line of our dreams, in line of our careers, in line of our hope for our finances, in line of fulfillment, purpose, mission, embodiment of all what we were created here to do, to go close and seek for help, seek for direction, to have a sense of submissiveness, to submit ourselves, to be tailored, to be learned, to be apprenticed for those who have walked the walk through that path. So what it took another person 10 years to do should take us 2 years. Why? Because this person should have been able to empty their experiences, empty their chest, their failures, their challenges, how they navigated through. So we are empowered to go through life and fulfill our destiny. It's funny that when we say mentors, we use it so vague and so large when we feel like, okay, because this person is a mentor, when I go close, the first thing is we start crying financial support. Oh, the next thing is, okay, because this person is ahead, we become abusive. We don't have a very clear objective. What do I see in this person? What will I gain coming close to this person? In what area of this person's life do I admire? In what area of my life am I facing a limitation where, with the help and assistance of this person, I will go up and become better? It should be there, clearly mapped out. How do I approach this person? Is this person approachable? Are we in the same area or locality? For some of us, mentors could be those we watch their podcasts, we go through their programs, we've read their books, we've attended, we've seen their seminars. Some that we don't have the one-on-one contact with them. But it should be of importance and of intentionality that we have a set of relationships in our lives that we model. I had this client one time, an amazing man. He's a legal practitioner. He spoke one time in the office and he said something that I think has resonated with me for a very long time. He said, Mr. Kabun, see, you are not living life until the day you have somebody in your life that when that person says, come, you abandon every other thing and you go. He was so intentional and stressed the fact that there must be someone in your life that says, go, I am behind you. Fight the war and I will win the battles. That if there is no one person in your life that has an ultimatum, that even if you're going through the airport and they say stop and you drop that car, you on bus and you return back and attend to that person, you have not started living. Whoa. That really came to me like a very big shock. Then I sat down and I was asking myself, who is that person in my life? He said, if there is not somebody that you can take up your telephone in the middle of the night and you call, and that person is there at the point of need, you have not started living. For some of us, luck before us if that person is our spouse. For some of us, luck be before us if that person is one of our parents. But all at the end of the day, regardless, we must have a destiny relationship that affects our life to the dimension that it's a do or die affair. Now, does this kind of relationship come by chance? No. Because even if you are that son or that daughter to that mother or that father, you should have been able to earn your place in their heart with true mother's love and natural love. But you can't be a recalcitrant daughter or, a kleptomanian son and you expect that mother to keep pouring that love over and over and over and over and over. No. We need to work hard to earn a spot in their hearts where at any given point in time, we have that deeper place that goes beyond just being a son or being a daughter. So I challenge all of us today that let us sit back, analyze our relationships, ask ourselves, how am I contributing to a betterment of this relationship? This person that I have in my life, how is this person making my life becoming better? This marriage that I am, assess it, analyze it. The subject marriage as a form of relationship, it's so big that we will take our time and go deep into it, breaking it down. Who should you marry? Who should you not marry? How should you marry? How should you not marry? How do you live the day-to-day reality of being married? At what age should you marry? At what level? It's so deep. We will take our time through this broadcast. We'll look at them. But remember, I am the dreamer and I dare you to dream. We'll be spending more time to begin to dissect and analyze personal growth. things and tools that are required for us to develop personally as young Africans. I want to believe that this session of this podcast brought in so much value and should be able to put us in a position where we take our time, we begin to analyze each and every relationship that we have in our lives from very micro level and very macro level to be able to see how these relationships affect our destiny. Who are we becoming as a result of these relationships? Thank you very much. I remain your dreamer and I dare you to dream. I'm Mr. Kabwin Sipai. Have an amazing week. Thank you.